Today I'm exploring the Port Gamble Forest Heritage Park, which is on the Kitsap Peninsula in Washington State near the Puget Sound. I haven't ever been here before. I've just moved to this area from Oregon and I'm excited to start checking it out. This park was apparently on private land and it was being managed by a timber company, and the county and a number of tribes in the area have acquired it and they're transitioning it from a working forest to a park. So it has lots of old logging roads through it and people can walk around in here and explore the woods. There's amazing bird sound happening already. So here we go. So this is not the way to go. All these signs are saying, don't go this way. I'll go the other way. Apparently the plan is for this eventually to be part of a Sound to the Olympics trail. So basically from the Puget Sound out to the Olympic National Park. It's springtime and there are all these amazing little green tips on the trees. I don't know all the tree species here, so I'm gonna have a great time learning them. I do know that these are salmon berries. They're not very sweet, they're kind of a bitter berry. This is a little area that at some point in the past was clear cut and it's just full of invasive shrubs. We took out all the native vegetation and then left it that way, and it just is full of native shrubs. We got a little landslide with an escarpment up there. So there's a local group that gets together to get rid of the Scotch broom, which is an invasive species, as I said. This is a picture of a big field that's adjacent to this forest that's on private land. That's absolutely full of Scotch broom. So in order to restore this area to its natural state, we've got to get rid of that. I relocated to another end of the forest where there's actually a parking area and trails, not just logging roads, where it looks like they're doing the final timber harvest that was in the contract with the private landowner that it has turned the land over to the restoration group. So it's much prettier on this side. This is the remains of a very old oven that has fallen apart and is getting retaken by the earth. And inside it, there are instructions about temperatures and times to cook lots of different things. That oven may have been from, someone in the past who was out here logging or something like that. But a sad fact is that so many people just look at the forests as a place to dump their garbage, and there's not really a lot that can be done about it. It's just a really sad statement about humanity. Sorry. Two days after I filmed my last video, which was on Bainbridge Island, you should check it out, it's really cool there. I came down with COVID and I've been sick for about a month, and this is me just starting to get back out and get some exercise, and it's so amazing how great it feels to not have COVID. I still have a little bit of pain in my lungs here and there, and a little reminder, but I don't know if anything else has been as difficult in the last several years. That was the third time I've had it. It wasn't as bad as the first time. It was worse than the second time, and it was truly awful. And I'm in that place of gratitude just to not feel that bad. Isn't that amazing? All the green tips on this hemlock. salal is getting all these spring green shoots on it too. I've been on the Olympic Peninsula in Washington for 3 days and I'm really excited about how many beautiful trails there are to explore. So close to where I live. I don't have to drive an hour and a half like I did, you know, to get through the Siuslaw to beautiful places to hike. I can just drive, you know, 15 minutes or something like that and be in a really nice place to hike. And I'm very excited about that. Of course, I can drive a little over an hour and be in the Olympic National Park, and that will definitely be happening. Stay tuned for that. Even though it's not like the most pristine and beautiful necessarily in every way to be in a transitional forest between private management and restoration or preserve, I think it's exactly perfect for me right now because I'm in transition to this place. The overstimulation is real, I'm not going to lie. And so I'm feeling kind of like this forest, like, okay, I'm adjusting, I'm adapting, I'm finding my center and my new natural. No, that's life, that's adaptation, that's ecology. This is what Scotch broom looks like after it's dead. So that group probably came out here and treated this Scotch broom, so it's been lopped with some gardening loppers, but see there's still some new Scotch broom growing up right behind it. Look at these little fungi on this little snag. Here's some more of those little tiny fungi on the stem of a dead tree. A lot of those little guys. Kind of like the barnacles that grow on the beach. This park is full of all kinds of little trails that are connecting together, and I know I keep saying that, but it really is very convoluted. And I'm kind of just wandering around out here because I am totally enjoying myself and I don't want to go back. I've walked over 2 miles at this point. I've barely dipped into this preserve, so it's very exciting for the future. There's so much to explore. And I've been taking only left turns so that hopefully on the way back, if I only take right turns, I'll get back to my car. I'll just have to keep you posted on that. I was just looking at one of the maps out here that shows you all the trails, and I was trying to decide which way I wanted to go. I did take a right turn, just so you know, because there's a trail out here called Mordor. I mean, who wouldn't want to go find a trail called Mordor? I mean, really. Okay, I'm turning onto the Upper Mirkwood Trail, which supposedly goes to the Lower Mirkwood Trail, which then connects to Mordor. Yes, that's Lower Mirkwood, yay! And look at this, there's a little garbage can. So you don't have to leave your dog poo bags in the woods. Yes! This is like 20 feet from that garbage can. I will now pick it up and take it back. I hear a tree breaking. It might not be going to come down now, but it's really still out here. But I have seen branches and trees just fall, even when there's no wind. The one right next to me is super cracked. I'll keep my ears out for that. There's a little centipede walking across the trail. I'm not gonna lie, the Lower Mirkwood Trail is long. It's also more three-dimensional than the other one, so I'm definitely getting a workout, although I'm probably 3 miles into this hike at this point, so this is gonna be a long one. I'm a little overzealous from being cooped up inside for too long, but gotta love it. Oh yeah, I've made it to Mordor. One does not simply walk into Mordor. Yes, yes they do. That's what I just did. Mordor, you are long and steep, my friend. It's really, really quiet out here. There's just birds. And I am maybe a quarter to a third of the way into this forest. So it's a lot to explore, which is really exciting because there's just so many trails out here and so many things to see and places to go and walk. So that's a good thing for me. It's interesting fungus or lichen that grows on the ground here. I haven't seen it before. I gave up on sticking with the left turns. I saw Mordor on the sign and I just needed to get out there, and I ended up walking a really long way. And I ended up using my Google Maps app on my phone. Luckily I have signal out here to navigate around a lot of trails. There are so many trails out here. It feels like it goes forever. I mean, by my standards, it probably does. I'm probably not gonna walk them all, although I may take quite a bit of time trying. They're just the coolest fungi growing in here. The way this section of the trail is carved out, it actually is like a bobsled chute. This little root wad here looks like a little fairy dwelling. Look at all the interesting little wildlife holes in this old stem. Google Maps says I've made it just about back to my car. And I don't know, my Google Fit app says that I walked just over 6 miles. So that's a pretty good hike. I'm really glad it wasn't 8 miles because I'm really tired. And as I've said a million times, I've thoroughly enjoyed this hike. It's been awesome out here. There's a ton to explore. So I'll be coming back out here. I don't know if I'll bring you or not, but I will be here. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if so, you check out my other ones, and you can subscribe and like and comment and all the stuff that you do on YouTube. And until next time, peace.